Good for New Zealand, good for the planet. Do you guys see that movie, Inconvenient Truth? A couple of you? That's yes, by the way. That's no. All right. Hey, if you haven't seen it, go and see it. It's a phenomenal movie. It's a movie that I think, well, I mean, I'm possibly unbiased, but I think everyone should watch it, right? And I think it should be part of the curricula here, Steve. What do you reckon? One thing I'll take out of the movie, which I'll share with you, that I'm sure you, as educated, discerning students, would appreciate, and it was highlighted by Al Gore, is be careful about what you believe and what you read, especially in the media. Without talking sort of conspiracy theories and stuff, oil companies are incredibly powerful. They're making record net profits in multi-billions of dollars of cash at the moment. Last year, BP set another world record, hundreds of billions of dollars net profit. Then they set another world record, they beat that, and they're all making incredible profit. And that allows them to buy and retain some of the most clever, smartest PR people on the planet. These guys are super guns, right? And we've noticed it ourselves. We get some pushback from the plastics industry, we get pushback from the oil industry. They kind of look at these alternatives to petrochemical packaging as a little bit of a threat, a little bit of a thin edge of the wedge, right? Getting back to my point, Al Gore said that of the 3,000 most recent peer-reviewed journal articles about climate change, it was unanimous, it was definitely happening, and that man was having an impact. No debate, no question, right? But of the 3,000 most recent media articles about climate change, only about half of them thought it was happening. The other half said, well, maybe not. Maybe this is all a natural cycle. And that's interesting, isn't it? And you wonder who's feeding all this information through and what's going on, right? So, just be discerning about what you read. And I've seen it too with some of these debates, as I'm sure you have, Steve. But that's not to cast aspersions on politicians, of course, especially with an election coming up. So I wanted to share with you something that Helen Clark told us, which was one thing that she told us that I thought was worth sharing with you. And she said, if businesses don't build sustainability into their products, they have no future. And she said that sort of off the cuff, and yet to me it was quite profound, and obviously in my mind very true. And hence I thought I'd like to share that with you. But I will also say, in case you're interested, that we've had a lot more support from John Key on this project than Helen Clark. And in fact, the Ministry of the Environment were almost creating obstacles, and were really, really tough to deal with. And it was very disappointing, very disappointing. But Auckland City Council were pretty good, I have to say. Anyway, there's John Key right there. Look, he came along to our launch party. We invited them both, but he came. This is one really cool thing about this project is that if you've got something that is really, really good, excuse the pun, right, you get good people wanting to associate themselves with what you're doing. And we're very, very fortunate that we've had a lot of celebrities genuinely endorse what we're doing of their own volition with no payment for their time or passion for what we're doing. And therefore that endorsement's obviously worth a lot more. Tiki Tani's been phenomenal. And it's interesting that you can have people as diverse as, say, Tiki Tani to John Banks, or John Key even, to Jack Johnson, all saying some really nice things about what we're doing. And to us, we find that very inspirational. That passion shared can be quite contagious. Okay, in summary, this is what we've learned, and this is what we think is happening. Is that discerning consumers are demanding socially responsible, environmentally friendly products. And there's a caveat though, and the caveat is, but they don't want to necessarily pay for them, right? So in New Zealand, most Kiwis actually do care. Some Kiwis who don't care, they just don't care about the environment, they just chuck, McDonald's wrappers out car windows, right? That's I guess part of society. But most Kiwis, I think deep down genuinely do care. But the thing is, most of those ones who care actually want to pay a little bit more to do the right thing. So whatever it is that you do in your future business endeavours, try and do it in a competitive way at retail. We know that most Kiwis won't pay about more than 15% more, which is lucky for us because this product costs about 50% more to make. Right? We anticipate though that oil is going to keep getting expensive in the future, and that plant-based alternatives, especially those sourced from organic waste locally, will actually get cheaper. And there's a tipping point too, with volume comes better value and efficiencies. So we see our product potentially being more cost effective in the future. the challenge is to meet with innovation. I've got this vision for the future. Is that little cap? Who's got that cap? The pottle. Right, let's grab that back up there. Thank you. It's pretty cool though, eh? I want to share with you our vision, right, which is what we get passionate about. Because you need a vision of the ideal, I suppose, the nirvana vision, to create that passion. So when you do have those tough days, like when you're trying to deal with, say, the Ministry of the Environment, for example, you can stay motivated and inspired. And our vision is based on the philosophy behind the book Cradle to Cradle, which is a phenomenal book. Encourage you to read it, which talks about basically saying that there is no such thing as waste, right? And everything has to be designed to be an input for another, either technological cycle or a biological cycle. It's in pretty simple terms to read it, and it's a phenomenal book. It's a great vision of the future. So our vision is this, is that we want to make our bottles out of organic waste sourced from forestry, right? Like what the guys are doing. So now we know we can do that scientifically. It's possible. Getting the right volume, consistency, etc. isn't possible right now because we don't have the right volume. But we will do it. Our vision is to have this realised by the summer of 2013. It's got 4 years to go. We make the bottle out of the organic waste, and then it's consumed by a good water fan like yourselves, right? Who diligently puts it out for recycling. It goes to the MRF that has near infrared sorting, makes it very simple to separate PET, PLA, PVC, etc. We get this back, and then we're going to make these bottles, we're going to turn them into, by the way, what we do right now is we turn them into underground cable covers if we get any back, which is pretty cool. We're the only company in recycling our bottles when we get them. But what we're going to do with these ones, we're going to turn them into pottles, a little bit bigger than that, seedling pottles for forestry, right? We've already got a design that has a slit down the side here, so you're getting root binding. And then what they do with these seedlings is when they go to plant the new section, 20 press-ups for that. When I was a student, straight away. Rather than stressing the plant, when they pull the pot off, creating waste, they leave it on and they bury that in the ground, right? These are old good water bottles, but we've added value by injecting into the mix some organic nutrients and fertilisers, right? So as that pottle biodegrades in the ground, and it'll take several years to do that, it actually feeds and nourishes a tree, which is a carbon sink, and the tree will mature 3 years quicker as a result of that kickstart at the beginning, which apparently is worth millions of dollars to forestry in New Zealand, right? And then when that tree is harvested with the organic waste from that process, we make another good water bottle. And that is the Nirvana vision. That's the ultimate add value, sustainability loop. That's our product stewardship vision. And with your help, we'll actually achieve that, but perhaps a little bit earlier. Because it comes at a tipping point. The more people that support this project, the quicker we can make this a reality. And that is a great case study for industry. And that's what we hope. We'll hopefully inspire a whole lot of other people to do the same sort of thing. So guys, that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time today. I certainly appreciate it.